Hi, everyone. Welcome to
Power Talk.
Brought to you by Christ Palace International Ministries under the visionary leadership of Pastor Dr. Mark Amoateng. I'm Hazel.
And I'm Candacé. We're excited to dive into today's discussion inspired by Pastor Dr. Mark's powerful series on relationships and conflict resolution. But before we jump in, let's share a little bit about what Power Talk is.
I'm glad you mentioned that. The purpose for Power Talk is simple: to recap, reflect, and relive powerful lessons and insights as shared by Pastor Dr. Mark across different sermon series. Each episode is an opportunity to reabsorb his profound teachings and let them resonate in our lives.
That's right. Now, if you've been listening to Pastor Mark's sermons, you know they're not just sermons.
Oh no.
They're power-packed, spirit-filled experiences that leave you inspired and seeking more. And that's precisely why we're here today with Power Talk.
You said it. Mm-hmm. Switching gears to the series for today, relationships and conflict resolution.
Yes.
This was a good one. Mm-hmm. In a nutshell, relationships are very important. They are the currency for life, and you must be strategic, intentional, and prayerful when choosing relationships. You have to use your head in relationships by applying wisdom and logic.
Absolutely agree. We are an average of the friends and company we keep, and so everyone we call friend can impact our destiny for good or bad. We must consciously decide which relationships to pursue or let go, and this is where applying wisdom becomes critical.
That's good. Another insightful takeaway for me was wherever relationships exist, conflict is inevitable.
You cannot run from it.
You can't run from it.
It's going to happen.
Conflicts will come, but it's important to learn to manage and resolve them. Not because we think we're right, but because we belong to the Lord.
Amen. Come on. To add to that, some relationships are God ordained, so we should not always be in a haste to what? Cut people off because of conflict. You can lose spiritual ground as a result.
Wow. That really resonated with me as well. You know, Pastor talked about several foundational truths about relationships and conflicts. One that really stood out to me was that we must learn to define relationships.
That was my favorite.
Define them, or you'll risk giving too little or too much. Defining the purpose of our relationships helps us decide how much attention to give each relationship.
It's all about balance.
It's balance.
Balance it. Yes, we measure attention by time. The price of any relationship is attention, and the price of attention is time. Another fundamental truth is we should not assume roles in relationships. And I personally think this is very key.
I agree. And so let's just put it all together.
Okay.
Pastor Mark taught us about two sets of principles. The principles of relationship management and the principles of conflict resolution. So I would love us to talk about principles of relationship management for just a moment. Okay. Now, I love this one. This one is a personal favorite for me.
Tell us about it.
Do not be a hard person. Pause there. What this means essentially is that in any relationship you're a part of, make sure you bring something to the table.
To the table.
To the table.
You're not the table.
You are not the table.
Bring something to the table.
You said it so well.
Right.
And he also talked about negotiations.
Okay.
In every relationship, we must do our negotiations right, so we don't end up feeling dissatisfied or disappointed.
That's good.
You know, another really good one is, and this is probably my most favorite.
Oh, yes.
Do not trust human beings 100%.
You can't.
Trust the God within people.
Exactly.
Not the people themselves.
That's key. A couple more principles of relationship management he shared is you don't own anyone, and no one owns you. Only God owns us all, and since you don't own people, understand that they can leave you. Yes, you too. So treat people well today, so if they leave tomorrow, you'll have no regrets.
Oh, wow.
Take notes. You don't own them.
You know what? let's go to some principles of conflict resolution.
Okay.
Pastor Mark mentioned that to resolve conflict, you must have the mindset of Jesus and the attitude of Christ.
Very important.
Because wherever conflicts arise,
They will.
we should remember that we too make mistakes. And because we know that, we should be patient with others.
That's good. Also, never give your judgment until you have both sides.
Okay. Okay.
The first person who speaks to you always seems right because they will often take elements out.
No.
You're surprised. So when people tell you a story, don't conclude. Take time and get the other side of the story.
Amazing.
You learned something new.
I learned something new today. So, we could definitely go on, but let's stop here. Let's let this marinate.
Okay.
And before we wrap up, if you would like to listen to the full Relationships and Conflict Resolution series,
Because it's good.
we will be linking all of the videos in the description.
And don't forget, if you are in the Houston area, you are invited to join us at 15152 Bel Air Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77083 for our Thursday services from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for those of you who are unable to join in person, you can catch our services on YouTube and Facebook at Christ Palace International Ministries.
Thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you all next episode. Bye-bye.